Death Valley Clemson Memorial Stadium. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. It's the Texas Longhorns and the Clemson Tigers. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. I have checked in with the Tigers head coach here pregame. He understands the importance of this game as a separator in the conference standings. With both teams undefeated, some games under their belt, this will be a great test for his team to see if they are on track to make it to the conference championship. He wants their total focus, their total composure, and their total attention today in this crucial conference matchup. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. And he's going to bring this one out. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. Defense all over him.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Keeping his eyes downfield. He'll pull it down. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Rush is on. And down he goes.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start, man. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. From the gun, it's Pringle. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today. And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3 and outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4 and out if they don't convert. Turning it on! 30, the 20. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson! Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the final 53 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early. We're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams. We get to find out really quickly who's legit.
Quick give. It's Davison. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Back to pass on second down. Got his man. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them. They're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Selling the fake. Buys time to his left. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Big hit. Knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a 4th down.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
Needs it here on 4th down. Throws for the tight end. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Hits the hole. It's Pringle. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. He's got great speed. Wide open, and it's a foot race. Touchdown, Texas. Special teams proving to be special.
Well, you couldn't script it any better if you're the head coach here, because your defense did their job on the opening drive, and now you make a splash play on special teams. Great job fielding the punt, vision, speed, taking it back all the way for a touchdown. This game is going perfectly right now for them early.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage you would have gotten with a touchback. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Drops back on first down. That's caught. It's Moore. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31. After the 7-yard completion, it's now 2nd and 3. Running inside. It's Pringle. They get him on the ground at the 36 after a pickup of 5. There's an idea that Clemson can only run the ball when they sort of trick you and get you in space, but they're showing a lot of versatility now.
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was finesse. They've been a finesse offense, more about tempo and body blows than it is about, being physical up front. But if this unit does get that physicality and get that ground game and a good offensive line, I think that's when you see the best of the Clemson Tigers.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. He's changing the play. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Incomplete. Big fight for the ball, but it falls to the ground.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep. Good coverage.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Here comes the Texas offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Gain of 6. They're looking at 3rd and 4.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Looking to throw. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Man, you got to love the safety's eyes on that play. He didn't get lost. He didn't get enamored with everything that was going on in front of him, playing pass down the field. He locked eyes on that running back, saw the screen.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Got to make the play on 4th. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Man, your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now, they go for it on 4th down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Could not make his way to the corner.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. Flip it out to the back of the screen. He did everything he could to find enough running room, but he'll be stopped about 3 yards short of the first down marker. It's 4th down.
Great awareness that time by the safety. He's obviously spent a lot of time in the film room. The D-line was upfield. It looked like that one might be a big gainer on the running back screen, but did you see how fast the safety came screaming down? He saw that thing coming from a mile away, and he's able to make a big-time stop.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wide receiver going in motion. Straight ahead, it's Davison. Swapped immediately.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Right side, it's Davison. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Longhorns come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now this offense will try to overcome that 2nd down incompletion. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the middle. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. The Longhorns will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not a lot of room to make this catch. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Hits inside. It's Pringle. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Got an alley. There he goes. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run.
Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Got him on the RPO. Makes his man miss. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. Here comes Clemson with another first down. The run inside. It's Pringle. Got the first down. And he's brought down after a nice game.
And this defense, man, they've got to find some answers. They've been less physical than the offense. They've owned the line of scrimmage. They're running the football, putting a drive together. All right, now in the red zone, field shrinking. How do they handle this situation? Bring more bodies, be more physical, be more aggressive.
And the biggest key for them on this sustained drive has been their ability running the football. And there's nothing more demoralizing to a defense when you know the other team is going to run it and you still can't stop them. And I think if I'm this offense here, I'm finding other ways and other run schemes to just keep giving this guy the football because he is cruising through this defense now.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Second and goal coming up. They'll try to run it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He's going for the goal line. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
This has been an outstanding job by this football team in the middle 8, right? The last 4 minutes of the first half, they score a touchdown. And here in the first 4 minutes of the second half, they score another. They've changed the scoreboard. They've changed the momentum. Their confidence right now is very, very high. But this is one of those areas situationally in a game coaches are always harping on, and they have executed perfectly.
Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with a halftime update.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Notre Dame taking on the number 5 team, the LSU Tigers. And it's the Fighting Irish with a gritty victory away from home. This team prepared well all week, and they'll enjoy the fruits of their labor.
Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone.
They now sit at a sterling 5-0 on the season, keeping their unbeaten streak going. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
He's going to keep it. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. Here's Raiola to throw. Out wide left, it's Burrows. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. 3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. Making the adjustment on the play. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola on 3rd down. Finds his target. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Back to throw, it's Raiola. Back's got it on the screen. Makes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few.
That's really good eye discipline by the safety. Great job not getting his eyes lost. It looks like pass immediately. He locks in on the running back. He sees the screen develop, fires upfield, pulls the trigger, and makes the tackle.
Short completion on first down, and here comes 2nd and 8. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Raiola to throw for it on 4th. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives them the ball in prime field position at the 40. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. The defense set them up with a turnover and now to try to cash it in. Grabbed behind the line, it's Townsend. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Well, it's a nice pickup on the play by the tight end there, but how about that massive hit on defense, keeping the tight end short of picking up that first down?
And the Longhorns now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down to the air. The sure hands, it's Wingo. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Iptay if they can stop him on 3rd down. Left side, it's Davison. At the 35, he's loose. It's a seam wide open. Touchdown, Longhorns! He got a step and just dusted the field.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there. A difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Caught in the backfield. It's Burrows. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gain.
Running wide open down the gut of the field. He's at the 40, the 20. He's at the end of the house. Touchdown, Clemson. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
And the point after is good. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Play action on first down. Going long. Reels it in and goes out of bounds on the left side after the huge gain.
That's a nice-looking catch on that play, and I know Texas is known for DBs, and they're known for having really good running backs. Not a lot of great receivers over the years. I'll tell you what, though, this guy has really showed up in this game. He's making plays, and I know they want to continue to build a legacy at this position here in this program.
Finds his back in the middle. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding it. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
Working that left side now. And he stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Makes the grab. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. We take a moment to look at the stats of what has been a tight ball game. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. From the gun, it's Davison. Brought down. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. The ball away, and it'll force them into a fourth down.
QB decided not to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up fourth.
So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And it's good! And they've made it a one-possession game here in the fourth quarter.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Both of these teams off to perfect starts in conference play, and one trying to stay atop the heap. He's going to run it. Slides past the sticks, and he converts on second and long. Great awareness on the scramble.
Well, that's two very good decisions on that play by the quarterback, right? Number one, not to hand it off. That was the right look to throw into. And the second good decision was his guy was covered, so don't throw it. Just take off and get what you can get. You got to like the decision-making this guy is showing right now in this game.
Takes the handoff. It's Davidson. The ball is out behind the line. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Both these teams unbeaten in conference play, and the shape of the race will unfold here in the final moments. Oh, pressure's coming. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions. And then the pass rush, they win up front.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down.
And that's a teach tape on 3rd down right there. That's a great job by the defense, being back, understanding it's 3rd down. If they're going to throw it short, man, I'm going to break on the football, go down, be very physical. You want to throw a slant, man, you make sure that they feel you. That's a great job by this defense, being physical, making sure he doesn't secure that catch.
Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
And, man, I love his courage to run the football. And I think it's necessary for the team. Sometimes you got to do that. But, man, see the surroundings, right? Like, know when guys are around you. He gets hit late at the end of that play, and he got decked. You do not want to take those shots throughout a game. They will add up, and sometimes it will affect your throwing. That's too big of a hit to be taken for this quarterback.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, the defense has had enough of this, right? The quarterback's on a hot streak. The ball's not hitting the ground. And right there, they decide, we are jumping one of these routes. We're going to try to get a pick. Almost came away with one there.
Snapped it, and he has to have it. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet.
All right, 4th quarter now. You're trailing, and the sense of urgency has to go up for everybody right now. At quarterback and wide receiver, you're going to have to hit some of these throws, David, to get back in this game.
Yeah, and when you got the lead on the other side, defense, I'm playing tight coverage, making them earn it. I want that clock to tick, and that was a really good play by the offense.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. And a big opportunity for this offense to tie the game up in the 4th with a touchdown. Blasted as he lets it go. Touchdown, Longhorn. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And a lot of times when you get down here in the red zone, man, it's players, not plays. Finding your individual matchups that you feel very confident in. And I'm not surprised they went to their go-to wide receiver. And I'm also not surprised that he won on the outside and got the touchdown.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Quick give. It's Davidson. Gain of right at 7 yards. 2nd and 3 coming.
All right, you're at a point in the game now where you've got to go. You need to get down the field and score points. I'm all for running the football, but in this part of the field, you now got to start kicking it into overdrive, start taking some shots and gaining up some yards.
He'll be brought down quickly after a very short gain. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. Sees some running room. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
Well, when you've had the day that this guy's had so far, why not hand it off to him on third down, right? At this point, you're almost basically expecting him to find a way to pick it up, and he does exactly that. This guy has been a monster all game.
The handoff to Johnson. He's all the way across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41 in the running game, getting it done.
Really, really good decision-making by the quarterback. Don't get greedy. Yes, I can make reads, and I can pull it, and I can throw it all the yard. If I can take 10-plus yards and continue to do that and continue to be smart with my decision-making, this offense is going to be very difficult to stop.
Can't get him to the ground. Past the 45. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Davidson. Oh, he's got some space. Inside the 10.
What a big-time run for this offense. A physical run, getting down, almost scoring the touchdown.
Yeah, and considering how well they're running it right now, why wouldn't you just hand it off to this guy right here again?
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. They lost ground on first down. Now 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
That is how you end a football game. Closing seconds, great execution. Take the lead. This game is almost over.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Got to have a touchdown right here, and this will be the final play of regulation. Fresh set of downs going up top. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee.